think we made a ton. I mean, we talked a bit about our power play. Obviously, our entries have been an issue. We got a goal after that, but I don't know if it's necessarily anything to do with the entry. Just talking a bit about how we need to play every night in this league to win. Doesn't matter who we're playing. Typically, our starts, Hags, have been good. That hasn't been the issue. It's more the second period, so today it was the reverse. And we got going after that, brought some emotion. So that's a little bit of the urgency. You know, we saw it in Toronto in the third period and we got behind. Today, it's a little bit of that early on, which, like I said, our starts have been good, and then we've lost a bit of that urgency. So it's maintaining that level. So some of that through the course of the 82 season is different guys in the lineup have to bring that. So we'll have to identify that, look at that a little closer for us as a staff. Like, how can we get certain guys to sort of push through in those situations? It's a bit of a quiet group. I think that's where we really miss a Foligno, to be honest with you. He can bring some of that. So, and even Anton, when he's in the lineup lead, will bring some energy. So there's a little bit of that going on. But at the end of the day, we did find it and needed it.
What did you like about the penalty kill today? And also, any update on Frederick?
Upper body for Frederick. Obviously, tomorrow we'll have a better idea. Penalty kill clears were a little better tonight than they were the other night. What hurt us in Toronto. Timely save at the end on Tkachuk in front of the net. But all in all, I liked our complete level on the puck. We didn't allow them easy setup time. And for the most part, limited the danger shots, right? So some of that was better job on the entries at the blue line. We had addressed that after Toronto has some high-end talent. They got in a couple times and it hurt us. So, obviously Joe does a good job with that and made a few adjustments with what they like to do. And I thought for the most part we stuck with it. But, it usually comes down to, do you get the clear when you're tired? And do you stick to your structure when you're fatigued? And I thought we did a good job with that. And like I said, denying entries so we could get fresh legs out.
As the second period progressed, did you feel like you guys had earned some of those good bounces with goals coming off the chest and broken sticks and whatnot?
Yeah, the broken stick was an odd one. I think a few different things happened there. The one off Marshy, yeah, it's a fortunate goal. But we're going to the net, so we're at the right place. That's when you shoot the puck, those things happen. So good for us for sticking with that. They had one that found its way, and I wouldn't call a good goal either. So I think they kind of evened out in that regard with the one from the half wall from 22. So, but at the end of the day, hopefully it does go our way. We were in the box again a lot tonight, way too much. Is that us, or are we on the wrong end of calls? Whatever the case may be, we got to rectify that.
Obviously, like the response from your players when the temperature in the game did.
Yeah, listen, those are the types of games we're better in. So, you got to be able to play in them, be comfortable in them. I think, as I said, we took some offensive zone penalties in the third period. They were bad. You can't, listen, you're in that type of game. Now the temperature's up. You got some emotion. Now you're killing penalties again on kind of lazy plays, right? So we got to get those out of our game, take hard penalties. But yeah, the temperature of the game went up. They had a good hit, and Charlie McAvoy responded well. He does a lot for us. We need a few other guys back there to sort of bring some of that too. It doesn't have to be every night, but when what we talk about in the room is when it's your turn. When it's your turn and there's a hit in front of you, don't turn it down. And I think Charlie did a great job kind of evening things, up in that regard.
What did you think of Slavika's work at that line as a whole?
Studs, I think, was light on the puck at times. Effort's always there with him. It's just, to play in this league, you got stripped once early on, understand the pace. So some of that is getting to know the league. Just heavy on pucks. It's especially when you're on the wall, you're not moving as much. So the line itself, quiet for the most part. Did have a few chances. Hollow in the second had a real good look. Jack almost got the rebound. I thought Hollow was good in the circle for that line. Jake was more penalty kill oriented tonight than PP. I think a short look. Had a chance 2-on-1 at the end again. I'd like to see some action at the net. It's an issue for us. We get these odd man rushes, putting games away. An opportunity like that, we didn't. But so that's what I saw.
How do you like Swayman's response after that second goal, which could have been deflated?
Yeah, it was a great period for us, and I liked our whole team's response, to be honest with you. It made it 2-2, and we'd sort of dominated the period, I thought. And then we got the third goal to get the lead going into the third. So I think for Swayman, that's important too, that the guys responded in front of him, got the lead, and he shut the door when he needed to, and we broke down in the third. So good for Sway. It's going to happen, some goals like that. You can't let it bother you. Short memory, so to speak, so good for him. The goal? They do a little man-to-man Ottawa at times once you start separating away from the net. So some of that was puck possession, us starting to move, deactive. Now you got some switches going on, who's got who. And when you get into that man-to-man, you could see at the end when he came around, all of a sudden there was a guy in the slot was all of a sudden looking for his check, and he turns his back sort of half to him, if I remember correctly, gets out of the shooting lane. Now all of a sudden forward's like, hey, it's me and the goalie. So that's where, it can break down for you. And that's where we encourage it when there's certain types of defenses we see. But it was movement. It was movement, and it was puck recover.
Was it more than the Taylor's hooking penalty that made you decide to take?
Turnovers at the blue line when you have the lead in the third. We're all trying to buy into play behind their D unless you have a free pass to get through there. So it's just winning hockey. You want to play late in games. Got to play winning hockey. It doesn't matter who you are in the team, and he got away from that.
Do you have concerns about the depth at this point? You're kind of alluding to that a little bit, and how much you're relying on your best players to be your best players.
Yeah, I mean, it's 10 games in. We need some other guys to step up. We talked about it with Charlie in the back end, the physicality piece. You can't rely on Charlie to run a power play, kill penalties, be good 5-on-5, match up against their best guy, and then have to bring that. I mean, that's great that he did. He can. We need some other guys, and I don't know if we're built that way like we have been in the past, but we're going to have to bring some of it out, get it out of the players, and then depth scoring. Right? You need a little bit. From some of those guys down in the lineup when, we got it, power play goal we needed. Bergie got a big goal, but nice to see a D score. That certainly helped. I mean, it's a one-goal game, right? If we don't get that goal from forward, who knows? But we need a little more of that from some guys that, that haven't hit the score sheet yet. And now we're 10 games in. It's getting to be mid-November, so hopefully they recognize that as well and do what you have to do to get into the interior ice to get some of those goals, and then hopefully it breaks for you.